Good afternoon, dear Catalina. This is Herman Sanchez, and I'm going to present the final case. Great. The first step of the case is to pick an Incoterm for exporting this material from Colombia to Brazil. So, in order to do this, the first thing that I'm going to do is to make some assumptions, as you can see in the right side of this chart. Assumption is the total weight. I'm going to take 30 tons because in the exercise looks like 30,000 tons. Uh, it is a lot because if you take the shipment to Brazil per ton is $20, and if you multiply for 30,000, that's a lot way over the 1 million, which is the total cost cargo. That's why I'm going to assume that it's a kind of mistake in the exercise, and I'm going to take just 30 tons for everything. And another assumption that I'm going to do is the insurance. We are going to assume that insurance is going to be a 0.8 the percentage of the total of the cargo. And one more assumption that I have to do for this exercise is that the buyer will be charged for all costs according to the Incoterm. What I mean with this is if I pay the insurance, if I pay the transportation by ocean, this cost is going to be charged in the final invoice to the buyer. Or in another words, the woods that we are selling, they are more expensive in accordance to the Incoterms would be. Alright, once with that said, we are going to do this exercise like this. We have some information like operations per ton in Colombia and shipping and insurance and operation in Brazil. So if I take all of this cost, uh, that is going to be around 81,000 something. So the best way for do this for me is CIF. What is CIF? Because all the responsibilities for insurance is going to be in the seller's hands. And what is that? Is because if I am the seller and I'm going to pick an insurance, I'm going to try to do my best in order to protect the cargo. Other responsibilities that we will have at CIF is all the packing, all the lowering charges, as you can see in the table, the inland freight, it is obviously going to be there, and the insurance, of course, that's what I said, and loading into the vessel and loading, okay, in the freight, of course, and no more. And then, in the other hand, the buyer is going to take care of arrival charges, duty and taxes, and delivery on the site. Those costs over there cover the operations in Brazil, or $25 per ton. That is $750 that operations. So for resume this, I'm going to take CIF because the seller is going to take care of the insurance and is going to take care of the inland freight and is going to take care of the freight by ocean. Those are the most important things. And as I said before, if I take care of this cost because of this Incoterm CIF, I'm going to charge this cost into the final invoice of for a buyer. Okay, next step is insurance. The insurance policy that we are going to pick for this cargo is going to be a contract for all risk coverage during the sea transportation. It's very important to get this insurance policy contract because we want to be covered for everything as much as possible. Now we are going to talk a little bit about the coverages that this policy has. The 42, which is the most important one because it's about any accident that happens to the vessel or to the cargo without a human intervention, like a hurricane, for example, something to see within nature. Another one is insured perils. They are important as well because that can happen because of the fire, because of the attack of the pirate, or because of the thieves. Somebody can steal the cargo. You have to make sure this is covered by the policy. One more is the variety. The variety is because of the master or the crew can make crazy and they can damage the vessel of the or the cargo. So it's very important to be covered by that. The jettison, this is another one uh, that again the crew or someone might be crazy and throw the cargo overboard. In that case, the cargo is going to be lost and must be covered by the policy. Taking at the sea, this is in case of war or something because the vessel is captured by enemy. The foundering, which that means when the vessel is report lost and after a certain time period of time they don't find it, so it's reported lost as well as the cargo. And the collision, this is a common one because the vessel can collide with a vessel or with another object like a rock or something in the sea. What is not covered in this policy is named uninsured perils, like wear and tear, this is a common one, the leakage that happened to the vessel as well, or breakage of goods, that depends on the uh, how delicate the goods are. And if we are talking about food, it's going to be lost by rats or vermin. Not only food, rats can mess with the cargo as well. So that is covered by the policy. Uh, the terms and conditions of the policy, uh, they are the following. We are going to insurance merchandise. So it's the first condition. Another condition is about the amount. So we are going to be sure the invoice amount that we are covering. That must be in the terms and conditions. The validity is from the starting point to the end point. That means when the cargo is navigating on the sea. And another term and condition is that the goods should be inspected at the beginning and at the end to make sure everything is in place. That's all for the insurance. Now I'm going to talk about customs. The customs process in the exportation is the goods leaves from the exporter by cargo pickup. If we need some licenses, we get it. Then we have to make a declaration of the exportation. Then is going to be an inspection and a permit. Once we have all of this and the goods are in the bounded area, they go directly to the vessel or the airplane. In this case, it's going to be the vessel. Once the goods get to the final destination or a port of importation, uh, so there is the unloading process. Once the unloading process is in place, we have to see about licenses and everything. Uh, we have to make a import declaration, as you can see in the chart. We have to pay taxes after that. And there is an inspection that depends on the regulation of the country. In this case, it's going to be Brazil. If they have these regulations, they have to pass by inspection. And once it's done and the taxes are paid, the import permit is issued. In the while this is happening, the goods are in the bounded area. They can stay there for a year, but you have to pay warehouse fee for this. And another thing is we have all permits and everything is in place. So there is there can be some audit of the process by the law of the country that we are doing the importation. But at the end, that is going to go to the importer warehouse by truck, whatever inland transportation. So this is the mm, customs process in both sides for this cargo. So this exercise was very important to learn some things like Incoterms. Um, they are a very good way to minimize cost if we know how to use it. So, however, it's very important for the seller to negotiate the best way for both sides to win. And another thing is that I learned this exercise is about policies, insurance policies. Insurance policies are really complicated. Um, I would say that if I am negotiating an insurance policy, I always have to go to ask someone who knows better, like a lawyer or somebody really expert, because this is very important and very delicate. Uh, one more thing is the customs process. Uh, they have to be very clear for the logistics people. But once more, the customs process is a very, let's say, not easy process and can be for reduced cost or for get overtime or overcost. So it's an important process as well. One more thing, we can say that there's a lot of ways to analyze one case like this, but that depends on the knowledge of the people and how sensitive is the process to lose money or to avoid extra costs. So one case like that uh, have a lot of things. Um, one more thing that I realized that this could be a very way to have the control of the operations and for saving money of the company. So I think this is it. This is it. Thank you much for your attention, Carolina. I hope you understand my English. You need some explanation. Please let me know. Thank you much.